How many hours a week do you spend studying new subjects to help increase your productivity and your value? So they found that these experts, these highly paid people, looked upon earning ability like a ladder. And a ladder has steps, and each step is a skill. And when you learn a new skill, you increase your earning ability. Also, you increase your ability to use your other skills. And each time you learn a new skill, your earning ability goes up. And when you learn a new skill, your earning ability goes up. And each new skill you learn causes you to become more and more valuable, and people will pay you more and more money for the results that you can get for them. Now, if at any given time you decide to stop climbing the ladder of success, you will level off, like most people do, 80%, but then you will begin to decline because whatever skills you have are becoming obsolete at a rapid rate. And they're becoming obsolete faster today than ever before. So if you are not constantly moving up the ladder, you're actually moving down the ladder. And people don't understand why their income is not going up. It's because they are not becoming more productive. They are not learning new skills. They're not working on themselves to become more successful. So, increasing your earning ability is the strategy used by the highest paid people in the world today. Every week they spend 10 hours or more studying new skill, the one skill that can help them the most, and they keep climbing that ladder. And it just becomes a habit. A part of their life is learning, just like a part of your life may be watching television or playing sports or something else. A part of their life is learning all the time. In fact, in some of my seminars, I say, here's a question for you. What are you learning today? Right? In other words, what is the subject that you are working on today? And what you should do is you should ask people at the break, say, what is your subject today? What are you working on? What are you learning about today? And everybody should have an answer. Well, today I'm working on strategy. Today I'm working on sales. Today I'm working on presentations. Today I'm working on team building. Everybody should be working on developing a new skill. A friend of mine wrote a best-selling book a couple of years ago, and basically what it said is whatever got you to where you are today is not enough to keep you there. Today, to go any further, you must develop new skills and new skills. How long does this go on? All your life. For the rest of your life, when you're surrounded by rapid changes in information and technology and competition and government policies, as long as there is rapid change going on outside of you, there must be rapid change and even faster change going on inside of you if you want to be successful. So the top people are the ones who keep learning new skills all the time. Now, I was reading something in philosophy a couple of years ago, and it said there are only certain things that a person can do for themselves. A person can only breathe for themselves. A person can only eat for themselves. A person can only drink for themselves. A person can only learn for themselves. So the one thing that only you can do is to learn. No one else can do it for you. No one else can give it to you. Only you can learn new things through hard work. And when I discovered the idea of continuous learning, I thought it was like a miracle. I came from a poor home. We never had any money. When I left school, I did not graduate. My first job was washing dishes in the back of a small hotel. And when I lost that job, I got a job washing cars in the wintertime. You know what that's like. When I lost that job, I got a job washing floors with a janitorial service. And I thought washing was in my future. My wife was always giving me things to wash because she says she doesn't want me to lose my skill. So I traveled and I worked on farms. I worked in construction. I worked at laboring jobs. I worked digging wells. I worked in factories, stacking lumber. I worked on a ship in the North Atlantic. I worked at laboring jobs until I was 23 years old. And when I could no longer get a laboring job, like many people here, I got a job in sales. And in sales, I was a complete failure because I had no training. So for 6 months, I worked and worked and worked, and I was making no success at all. I say starting off in sales with no skills is a wonderful weight loss program, because if you don't sell, you don't eat. And I lost a lot of weight in that 6 months. And so finally, I did something that changed my life. I went to the top man in our company, who was a little bit older than me, but he was earning 10 times as much as I was. And I asked him, why are you so successful? Why are you earning so much money? And he said, well, show me your sales system, your sales process, and I will give you feedback on it. I said, well, I don't have a sales system. I just knock on doors and talk to people until they tell me that they're not interested. And then I go and do it again and again. And I was getting up at 6 or 7 in the morning. I was knocking on doors from 8 o'clock in the morning when people came to work, and I would work all day. And then I would go out and knock on the doors of apartments and homes. And I was working 12, sometimes 14 hours a day. And sometimes I would work 12 hours and not make one sale. And it was a small sale. So he said, no. He said, that's not the way you sell. He said, the way you sell is by asking questions and then looking for ways to help your customers achieve their goals with our products. And so I went out and I started to ask questions rather than talking. And people started to respond to me differently. And then I began to read books on selling. And then I began to listen to audio programs on selling. And then I began to go to seminars on selling. And every time I learned something new, my sales went up and up and up. Within 1 year, I was earning 10 times as much. I was earning more at the age of 25 than I'd ever dreamed I would ever earn in my life. I was earning more than my father had earned after 40 years of hard work. I couldn't believe it. What I learned was this, is that every single field has success formulas. It has recipes that you can follow. And that if you do what other successful people do, you finally get the same results that they do. So for the rest of my life, whenever I got into another business, and I've been in 22 different businesses, I would sit down and study. I say, what is the success formula in this business? How do people succeed? What do the top 20% of companies and the top 20% of individuals do? And then I would do that. And I would soon get the same results. And people say, how can you be successful? You've never been in this business before. I said, I just read the books. I just talked to the top people and they told me what to do.